They're all vying for the top job in British politics, the keys to Downing Street, and with it the task of leading the UK out of the European Union. Just over a week after Britain, the world's fifth biggest economy, voted to exit the EU, the fight to become the next leader of the Conservative Party is well and truly underway, with the 5 candidates attempting to set out their stalls. Theresa May, the woman who's run the government office in charge of security and immigration for the past 6 years, has emerged as the frontrunner and says she's in no rush to start the leave process.
We need to establish our own negotiating position. Of course, once we hit Article 50, once we invoke that, the process at the EU level starts. They say that that could take up to 2 years. What's important for us, though, is that we get the right deal.
Many eyes, too, are on Michael Gove, an integral part of the Leave campaign, always at its leader Boris Johnson's side. That is until Thursday morning, when he put himself forward for the job of UK PM and unceremoniously dumped Boris, who then stood down.
You brought down David Cameron, then you brought down Boris Johnson. Some people are saying that you are a kind of political serial killer.
I didn't make the decision to call the referendum. That was David Cameron's decision. He chose the timing and he chose the basis.
Andrea Leadsom, who was barely known outside Westminster before the referendum, says the UK's new leader must come from the political camp who wanted Britain to leave.
What I genuinely believe is that the next person to lead this country has to be somebody who believes in the opportunity of leaving the EU, who genuinely believes our place in the world could be so much better if we leave the EU.
Britain is still reeling from the referendum. On Saturday, tens of thousands marched in London against the result. With only a caretaker Prime Minister currently in office, people across the country are still asking what a Britain outside the EU will really look like. And so too is the rest of Europe. Emma Hayward, Al Jazeera.